Good everyone, my name is Graphics. If you look at the right hand side of the screen, you see a cone and a sphere that is intersecting with each other, and we are told to draw the curve of interpenetration of the sphere intersecting the cone, right? Now, the first thing you have to do, if you look at the top here, this is the elevation. If you look at below here, this is the plan. So the first thing you have to do is to redraw what you are seeing on the screen. Now let's do that and see. We'll start from the plan like I always suggest. You start drawing from the plan. So if I come from the plan, I'll be having a circle. I'll draw a vertical line this way, which represents the y-axis here. So after drawing the vertical line, this we have here, I'll choose the center, another horizontal line here. Let's say at this point, I'll draw the center line here, this way, right? So where it meets with the vertical line will be the center of my circle. Now, what is the radius of that circle? The diameter of the circle is given to be 88. If you check at the elevation, you realize that this is 88, the diameter is 88. That means the radius I'll use and draw that circle will be what? 44. So on my meter rule, I am going to measure 44 from 0 to here. This is 40 and this is 44 here, right? And I'm going to place it at the center here, right? And I'll draw a circle, but faint line first of all, this way. I'll draw my circle, faint line first of all, this way. You can see that. Now, if you notice it, there's another circle. This circle here is the base of what? Of the cone, right? So let me just do that simultaneously so you get to understand what I'm talking about. So if I project the circumference of this circle, which is the base of my cone, I'll be having this. You can see that I have done that. So let me take this up a little bit. Now what I'm going to do here is the height is given to be 82. So let me start from this point here. I'll just draw a line here, a front line this way. Then I'll measure 82, which is from here to here, which is the height of the cone from the elevation. So I'll measure 82 from here to this point here. This is 80 and this is what? 82 here, right? And I'm going to thicken that base. That will be the base of the cone in the elevation. So this is what we have here. You can see that, and I'm going to connect it with my faint line first of all, or I can thicken it here because that side is thicken. Then here I'm going to use faint line to draw this because of the sphere that is intersecting it, right? So this is the cone here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is that if you look at the plan here, from the center of the circle to the center of the next circle, right, is given to be 40. So I'm going to measure 40 from the center, from here to this point. This is 40, right? So that will be another center. So I'll draw my center line at that point. I'll draw my center line at that point this way. I'll just do this center line. Now this is another center line, which is from here to 40. And if you look at the spare that's intersecting the cone, the diameter of that spare is given to be what? 76, meaning that the radius is what? 38. So I'm going to measure 38 from here. This is 30 and this is 38 here. Right? And I'm going to place it at the center, and I'll draw another circle. Right? So the circle will be intersecting here from here. I'm going to thicken it this way. You can see that? I'll thicken it this way. So it is intersecting that point. You can see that? And I'll also thicken this too this way. Right? So from here will be hidden line. So this is what we have. So inside here will be the hidden line because we cannot actually see in here. So this is what we have here. Now I'm going to replicate the same thing down here. It is intersected from the base of the cone to a height of 44. I'm going to draw another circle here. So from the base here to a height of 44. So if I use my rule from the base here, I'm going to measure 44. This is 40 and this is 44, somewhere around here. Right? I'll have another center here too. So this is where I'm having another center. I'll just draw the center this way. Right? So with the same radius, the radius I used for this, which is 76, like this, I'll place it at the center here, and I'm going to draw another circle, which is the spare that is intersecting. You see that? So taking it, again, I'm going to what? Taking it. So from here to here will be thickened, and from here to here will be thickened. Right? So I have successfully reproduced the shape that I have. Now the next thing is for me to draw the curve of interpenetration of the spare intersecting the cone. Now since this spare is merging, or what I call it is fusing with this cone, right, there will be a curve of what? Of interpenetration at this point here and also at this point here. So that is what I want to do here now. So the first thing I'm going to do is from this point here, right, let me say here is my A, right? Let me call here to be my A, and here to be what? My 1. That okay? This is A1. We are zooming. Now at any given radius, you can take a radius of 10 or 5. So let me take that of 5 on my meter rule. Any radius of your choice, right? And I'll place it at this point. I'm going to start marking. I'll mark 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll do the same thing downward too. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's okay. So let's say this is 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, this will be 5, right, and this will be 6. I'll come here again. I can put it 1, 2, 3, 4, as in 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this was 6. So I use my set square, my T-square. I'm going to draw a horizontal line that will be touching the spare. the other side this way, another horizontal line. I'll do that continuously that way, continuously that way. Just that way. Right, I can still continue since I still have space there, and I'll just continue. This is 6, this will be 7, this is 6, and this will be what? 7, right? So I can easily just increase it to that level here and here. So that is 0.7 and 7. Now after I've done that, now the next thing I'm going to do is to project all these points to touch the center line of the plan in the circle. So that means if I start from 0.7, I will take it up to touch here. That is 7 there, right? So from the center here, I'm going to draw a circle, just like I did in the other videos that involve interpenetration with a cone, right? That is my circle 7, right? I'll come here, I'll project this 7 here also, this one too here, I'll project it from this pair. So this is A, I'll call it to be B, C, right? D, E, F, and G. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Just like that, right? So I'm going to project it. So since I projected 7 here, I'll come and project this one too here, the G. That is AG. They're on the same point. So I'm going to place it from the center of the sphere here, right? And I'm going to take it to this point here, and I'm going to draw another circle this way. You can see that? So where the circle, this is the point G here, right? And this is the point 7 here. So where they meet at this point, and they meet at this point where they intersect. I'll go again. I will draw another one from 6.6. I'll take it up. This is what we have. This is where, sorry, from 6. I'll draw it up. So this is where it meets, 0.6. I'll take my compass and I'll place it at the center point to 6 here. And I'm going to draw another circle this way. So since I draw another circle there, this is 6 and this is the F, and 6 are on the same point, so I'll project the F this way here, and this is point F, right? And I'll take my compass and place at the center of the sphere here to point F. You can see that. And I'm going to draw another circle. So where it meets at this point, and also at this point here, right? That is where it meets. Now the same thing I'm going to do again. I'll project 5, right? I'll take 5 up to touch the center of the circle, and this is my point 5 here, and I'll place it at this point from the center of this circle of the cone to this point here, 5, and I'm going to draw another circle. Now, in doing that, I'm going to project the next point here, which is E. So this is E here. I'm going to project it upward. to touch here. This is another point E here. So take it to the center of the sphere here. I'll take it to this point, and I'll draw another circle this way. So where the circle touches this, and also touches this, right? I'll come again, I'll project point 4 here this way to touch the center of that circle. This is 4 here. I'll carry my circle, my compass, place it at the center here to point 4 here, and I'm going to draw another circle, right? Another circle here from point 4. And I'll come and project this. That is D now, because D and 4 on the same line. I'll project D upward to touch here, and this is my D. And I'll come from this center here to point D, right? And I'll draw another circle this way. So where they meet, where this circle of D meets this other one here, is here, and also here. That is D. Then I'll come again, I'll project 3 now to touch here, and this is 3 here. And I'll take my compass from the center of this to this point here, point 3. And I'm going to draw another circle there. Right? So from that point 3, I will draw another line from, because 3 and C are on the same point, I'm going to project it up this way, touch here, and it's touching at this point here, right? Now if you notice it, at this point here, from the center here, I'll take it to C, right? And I'm going to draw another circle this way, and they're meeting at this point here, right? So I'll project the 2 here this way. They're meeting here, point 2. With the help of my compass, I'll come to this point, I'll draw another circle, right? And I'll project 2 and B on the same point this way. And if you notice it, it's still falling on the circumference of that circle here, right? So I'll still come here, I'll mark here and here, right? Now I'll come to 1, project 1 also up, and 1 is coming here, right? I'll place it at this point, take it to point 1, and I'll draw another circle, right? And if you notice it, 1 and A on the same point, still touching the circumference of the circle this way here, and we have all meeting at this point here also, and also here, right? Now the next thing we'll do is project 2 again, the upper part of 2. I'll project it to touch here, and I'll place it at the center also, right? I'll draw a circle this way, so that is 2 here, right? And I'll project B, this B we have here, still falling at that same point here, so that means this also is 2, and this also is 2. I'll come again, I'm going to project 3 to this point, touching here, this point 3. I'll come to this point, I'll draw another circle this way, that is 3, and 3 here, and B and C are the same point here. So if I project it, it's still meeting somewhere around here. So I'll not waste my time. I'll come and mark the 3 here. This is the circle of the 3 here, here and here. Now again, I'll come to 4, project 4 upward. This is the point 4 here. I'll come again. I'll do the same thing here. Draw another circle, which is 4.4, and I'll project. If you look at 4 and B here and D here, I'll project that point D upward this way. So if you look at it, this D, this is the line of the D here coming. Consider the line of the D, and D will meet D here, and also D is going to meet D here. Similarly, I'll project 5 this way, and this is 5 also here, and I'll draw another circle from this point, 2.5, right? And look at the line of 5 and F. So I'll trace the line of F here. This is the line of F coming here. This is F, and this is the circle of F this way, coming this way. Can see that? So if I come here, 5 and F is here. Can see that? 5 and F is here. Then also at this point too, we have that. There is 5 and F, right? Then G, project the 6th line this way to touch here. This is the 6th line. I'll draw another circle this way for the 6, this way. Now what do you notice? This is 6 and F here, right? That first one is E, this is F. So I'll trace it to F, and I'm going to trace it down until they are meeting at this point and also at this point, right? So now the next thing we're going to do is this. So all these points here, I'm going to project them down. So from here, they're on the same point. I'll project this down, right? Here also, I'll project this down, right? Here also project this down. Here also project this down. Here also project this down. Here also project all those points down, right? And then the next one too, project down, this down, and this also down. Now what do you notice? This is meeting this here, the next one to the next point, the next one to the next point, the next one to the next point, right? So to come down that way, start coming down to this, then this, then this, then this, 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 and this. So I'll use my French curve, and I'm going to join all this together from here, right? First of all, take this one, come again, take this, come again, come here, and taking that. So this is the curve we are going to be having at this point here, right? Now also here, I'm going to connect. The spare should move from this point to touch here, and from this point to touch here, and the rest there will be more of a hidden line here, right? So if I want to move this, I'm going to connect all this together here with my French curve, or I just use my hand just to save time. And the rest will be more of a hidden line, right? Like this. So similarly, if I should project this way, if I should project this point continuously upward here, we're having this point, right? I project here too, we have this. So what we'll just combine will be this point to join with this center line here, right? And we're going to be having this way with my center line, and this too with my center line here. So this is what we're having here. So we have successfully brought out the shape that we have here. So if you even this should be taken, you taking it out with your French curve, and the rest will be there. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.